Hey guys, my name is Martin, and welcome back for another review here at Papelicula. If you're new here, quick disclaimer, I am not a professional film critic. I don't have a fancy film school background, and I'm definitely not pretending to. I'm just someone who really loves movies and likes figuring out which ones are worth your time and which ones aren't. So today, I want to talk about the movie Crime 101. At its core, Crime 101 is juggling three different storylines. Okay. First, there's Davis, played by Chris Helmsworth. He's basically a thief with rules. He only steals from the ultra wealthy. His crimes happen along the LA 101 freeway. Everything is super planned out, no loose ends. And importantly, he doesn't hurt anyone. Outside of that life, he's trying to date Maya, who's played by Monica Barbaro. But Davis is emotionally shut down, which makes connecting with anyone pretty tough for him. And then we have Sharon, who is played by Halle Berry. She's an insurance broker working with the same rich clients that Davis steals from. She's been at her firm for 11 years and somehow she still hasn't made partner. She's frustrated, disillusioned, and clearly wondering if this is really all there is. And finally, we have Lou, who's played by Mark Ruffalo's character. He's an LAPD detective and he's the only one who actually sees the pattern behind Davis's crimes. The problem is, no one really takes him seriously. Between his personal life and his obsession with the case, he's kind of become a joke at work. Now, structurally, there's nothing wildly new going on here, but director Bart Layton does a really nice job weaving these three stories together so it all feels smooth and intentional. You can definitely feel the influence of the movie Heat, but it never crosses the line into being a straight up copy. If you've seen Layton's earlier film American Animals, this feels like him leveling up, taking what's worked there and refining it. If you've ever watched a heist movie before, you already know where this is heading. Everything builds towards that big job where everyone's path eventually cross. What I appreciated though is that the movie doesn't drown itself in action. It's more interested in the characters, their flaws, their compromises, their quiet frustrations, and it hints at darker stuff instead of hammering you over the head with it. This is really a movie about people who are stuck. Davis has lived through poverty and carries that with him. Lou is right but constantly ignored, and Sharon is dealing with very obvious sexism in her workplace. When the film hits its climax, it's clearly aiming for something emotional, trying to pull a bit of hope out of a pretty grim situation. That emotional payoff, though, really depends on us caring deeply about these characters, and that's where the movie doesn't fully land. I was definitely interested the whole way through, though, but after a while, the writing does start leaning on familiar crime movie blueprints. I kept waiting for some wild, ironic twist because that's what we're used to these days, but it never comes. And weirdly enough, I didn't mind that. There's something nice about a crime thriller that just tells a clean, straightforward story and doesn't try too hard to be clever. That said, there is one major stumble in this movie. There's a moment that should be the ending, but then the movie just keeps going for another 10 minutes. That extra stretch, I feel, tries to tie everything up a little too neatly, and it honestly wasn't necessary. Overall, though, Crime 101 feels like a solid old school studio movie, the kind we don't see much anymore. It's slick, well acted, and full of performers who are clearly doing their best with the material they're given. Is anyone going to talk about Crime 101 the way they talk about Heat? Probably not. But that's okay. Just like its lead character, it knows what it's here to do and it does the job. So, yeah, I'm giving Crime 101 4 out of 5 stars. Have you guys seen it? What did you think? Did it work for you or did it leave you cold? Let me know in the comment section below. I really want to know your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this kind of content, guys, you already know the drill. It helps grow the channel. Once again, my name is Martin. Thanks for hanging out with me here on Papelicula. See you in my next review.